New moon in Scorpio, 11 degrees, on the 1st of May 2026, 1722 Greenwich Mean Time. Be where you are and make it good. The 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after this day of the 1st of May and the full moon in Scorpio are the month of the year in which we have a central theme and focus of our month being on all things ruled by Taurus. Taurus is the second archetype of the 12 archetype cycle. In the first archetype of Aries, we have the energetic, instinctive, impulsive, I am consciousness. In the second archetype, our impulsive self begins to settle down and collect ourselves, but still in a solitary fashion. Taurus is the sign of the hermit or the yogi in the cave. What happens when we're in seclusion with just ourselves for entertainment? We slow down, and life is at its most simple. We taste, touch, see, hear, and smell more vividly. We begin to notice our possessions, our inner and outer resources, our values. Taurus is the first earth sign. It is materialistic, practical, and down to earth. The sign of money, the earth, food, blossoms, beauty, and abundance. Uranus has just last week moved out of Taurus, which gave us 8 years of all things Taurian being erratic and unpredictable. Earthquakes and instability in the world's economic situation. Will we get a break here now? Well, no, not likely, with Chiron's imminent movement into Taurus in mid-June. The flavour of the world economic situation and our own personal resources is likely to go from unpredictable and erratic to just plain broken. However, with Chiron, we need to remember that the wound becomes the medicine. And when something breaks, it is a very different situation to when we muddle on through highly precariously. When we can no longer carry on as we have been, when our situation fully breaks down, we actually change. We go in an altogether new direction, instead of the same one in a limping fashion. What doesn't work leaves us, and there is potential for healing at last. When we held it together loosely, seeing, knowing that our financial situation wasn't working, but somehow we had to muddle through from one paycheck or meal to another, we carried on. But the edginess has taken its toll on our nervous systems. All the farmers poisoning the earth to feed us and keep themselves just about financially afloat. Well, now, during this next 6 to 7 years of Chiron and Taurus, the poisoned earth will bite back. No crops will come to those who did not respect the earth enough, and through this we will at last get some healing for the poisoned earth and food systems that have been slowly making us more allergic and inflamed. Farmers will learn that they need to respect that which gives them their own nourishment and income. We may well break during this time, but when we break, we don't disappear. We find new, healthier ways to proceed. This year, we may well break, but in the breaking, we can begin to heal and change our destructive ways. The healer in all of us will begin to emerge. It's there within each one of us. We will each face challenges that take us to our edges, but this was always destined. It is our own personal hero's journey, and there is not a life on earth that can escape this. See it as an adventure, just as certain as our breaking is our eventual triumphing. In this life, or the next, or the one after that. Both the breaking and the healing are assured. How both of these take place is the part that is up to us. This full moon in Scorpio has a note of things to come in this area. Scorpio is the archetype of death and rebirth, a complete and total metamorphosis from one state of being to another. The archetype of crisis and intense power struggles. When we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place, at the mercy of something unpleasant. Who hasn't been there? And did you pull through? You did. Did you lose something? Yes. Did you gain anything? Did you discover the thing you lost that you couldn't have lived without, can in fact live without? You passed the terrifying initiation. You made it through the eye of the needle. You died and discovered you don't ever really die. How would you have discovered this unless you were forced to face your greatest fears? When we lose everything, we potentially can become far more abundant. Is it not true that those who have the least materialistically are more rich within themselves? The renunciate that has nothing to lose has far less to have fear of losing. Until we lose all our precious booty, we are in a permanent low-level state of fear of the losing of it, which is inevitable at some point. However, once we have lost it, we do learn that we didn't really need it after all. This full moon in Scorpio has accompanying it the astrological signature of Mercury conjunct Chiron in Aries. Has your phone died? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your car? Are you talking to anyone anymore even? But with all these things breaking down, we rediscover the simple pleasures of life, that we can live without a car, that we can live without a phone, that we can enjoy the silence and solitude of friendlessness for a while. Everyone and everything must leave us at some point, so we must leave them. This month has these themes writ large, and this full moon we may face our greatest fears, and then pull through, emerging more vital and resourceful inwardly, if not outwardly, before.